What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration, and today we just have actually just kind of some old footage. It's a couple weeks old at this point, but we were cleaning some stuff up in the garage, moving stuff around. Steve actually stopped by and picked up the 6-liter Powerstroke that's going in Fred. Apparently I either didn't record once he got here or I lost the footage. Anyway, I don't have any footage of him actually being here, but if you check his channel out, I'm sure he's got some footage of that. He picked up the 6-liter Powerstroke, took it home so he can get some stuff done to it, and here's where we're at. Enjoy. It's cleanup day here again at the garage. It seems like we're always doing cleanup, always moving stuff, rearranging. But today we're gonna make some more room, and it's gonna be really, really nice. So we have the Camaro stuff moved out. Camaro's back on the list. We're gonna keep going on this, and we did get an answer about the floor here, and I'll get into that in another video. First thing we need to do is we might as well see if this thing fires up, the Model A. It's been a little while. It's been sitting here probably a month and a half, something like that, if I can talk. So let's just see. We'll turn the gas on, see, hopefully we still got a charge in the battery, fire this thing up, back it out. We're going to get that blast cabinet moved around. We still haven't put it back together either, but this will give us much more room to do stuff in here. This is actually leaving today, which will be super nice. It's Steve's 6-liter that's going in Fred, along with the transmission in the front end. He's bringing the frame over. We're supposed to drop this down into his frame, and then of course we'll pull the motor and trans out, drop his whole setup down into his frame, and we'll get rid of this front frame section, which will clear up this whole area here. Go ahead and switch the fuel back on. Here's stuff moving. Hopefully it's not leaking. Let's take a peek and make sure it's not leaking. And it's definitely leaking. It's a float stuck again, which is very common on these things. We'll take and tap on the carburetor a little bit and turn the fuel back on, and give it another shot. And just like that, just a couple light taps with the screwdriver, and our float is now unstuck again. So like I said, it's a common issue. Back in the day when you drove these things, you had to know how, at least a little bit, how to work on these things to drive them. Now let's see if it'll fire up. Again, if you didn't see this video, when we pulled this out of the barn, it does have the key here, just turns it on, the ignition on, and there is a button or a push on the floor, a starter push button on the floor. So we have that. We'll put our fuel down a little bit. Spark is also on the column. We'll kind of put that in the middle. Here's our choke. Let's give it a shot. Fires right up. That's very nice. We'll give it a little bit more fuel. Give it another shot. Starter did not engage. A little bit cold-natured, but she's running. Let's get the hood shut. We'll get that door open and back this thing out. Alright guys, it's warmed up a little bit here, so we can get this thing backed out. We'll drop this fuel down a little bit, idle it down. There we go. Make sure we got brakes. Talk about a panoramic view roof. we're just gonna leave this run for a little bit. It is charging. We'll make sure that battery stays nice and charged up. Didn't have any problems starting, but it's always good to have them run for a little bit. We got just under a quarter tank of gas. You saw that video. We did rebuild the fuel gauge there, and we're just gonna let this run for a little bit. It's been sitting for way too long again. Motor sounds really good. Looks like our water pump's weeping a little bit. Again, it's common, especially when they sit. It's got a packing there we can probably tighten up a little bit, maybe grease it. It might even seal up itself just by running a little bit. With the Model A out of the way, we'll clean up the little dribbles that it always does. They're actually designed to leak a tiny bit. Leaks down on the suspension components, but it's a 1930, so we kind of be surprised if it didn't have any kind of leak at all. So next thing is to tackle is get that blast cabinet slid out of the way. We'll finish getting this stuff. This is actually the grate that goes in the blast cabinet. We'll get cleaned up around this and get the tractor in here and get this thing slid out. Alright guys, look at all that extra room. We can actually pull a vehicle in that bay now for sure, which will really help, especially since it's getting colder and colder out. Let's get this unhooked. We'll get some, there is no cross member in it anymore. That's gone. Only thing that's really holding it in, there might be a couple ground wires with the motor mounts. So let's tackle that. Hopefully Steve will be here shortly. Soon, I was gonna say, but soon, shortly, and we'll get this out of here. It's been a long time since we even had the Camaro fired up, so let's get a really good cold start here. We'll set this right here. Of course, that Texas Speed is chopping away in there, and she's sounding really good. All right, we just got a shipment in. As you can see, it's from Texas Speed. This is also from Texas Speed, but it was drop shipped from Motion Raceworks. Let's get this one opened up first, and we'll see what's inside. I know what's inside, but you guys can see what's inside. Here we go. Let's get this opened up. It's packed pretty nicely. Oh, look at that. We got some treats in there. Get this out. We got a nice sticker. Nice matte finish sticker. That's actually pretty nice. Got us a lollipop or Tootsie Pop. Got some bolts to hold on what's under here. They got it all taped up here. Let's see if I can get it out. Yep, there it is. There's a sneak peek. Let me get it out here. There we have it. It is a front cover for the LS turbo build we're doing, the Turbo GMC front mount. And it does have a turbo drain fitting in it. So if you look on the inside, they TIG welded that right in, drilled and TIGged it in there. There is some bosses here, a couple on this side and a couple on that side. It's interesting they actually didn't use them and went below that. But this will be a good return spot. You don't have to take your oil pan off. You don't have to drill and tap your oil pan. Comes a nice powder coated gloss black finish. That's a pretty nice piece. There's all their information if you need it. Like I said, I did buy this through Texas Speed, so they were able to ship it out from, or drop ship it from, Motion Raceworks. And now for the Texas Speed box. You guys should know pretty much what's in here if you watch my other videos. Get all this paper out of the way, make sure we didn't pull any parts out. And there we go. Texas Speed key tag. Of course, we got a cam, we got valve springs, we got the CHE trunnion upgrade kit, and these are push rods. So this is the cam kit for, I don't know if I said what this is for yet. This is not the Turbo GMC build. This is actually another truck that we're working on. We'll get to that. We'll do a whole video of installing this stuff. There should be some gaskets underneath here too. Let's pull this cam out. This other side should have the specs on it. There we go. Yeah, Texas Speed and Performance 233, 239. And it's, I believe it's 600 lift. So this is going to be a nice little cam. I can't wait to see what this thing sounds like. It should be a nice little cam. It's going in a 6-liter LQ9. It's already got Texas Speed heads on it, the Precision Race Components PRC heads. So this is going in. It's actually got a stock cam in it now, so this is going to make a big difference on that. And we have all the supporting upgrades we need for it. We'll go ahead and pop the lid here on the cam. If you guys have not bought a Texas Speed cam before, this is how they come shipped. They are sealed up in a bag. It's not, you know, loose on either end. It's actually sealed. Their cams are extremely nice. Very, very nice quality. The finish on them's excellent. And like I said, it's clean, ready to go. And if you look on the back side here, it's going to be hard to see through the plastic, but they do laser etch their logo and exactly what cam it is, what part number, what size. So that's a nice, you can never mix a cam up. So, and of course they give you the cam card with all the specs on it. And again, it's a 233, 239 at 50 thousandths, 600 lift. Lobe separation's 112, intake center line is 110. I'll just leave this with you. We have a 2006 Escalade ESV. It's got a light front end collision. And I found a donor Escalade here. Unfortunately, the whole front end's burned up. But the rest of it was in pretty good shape, so we might be able to come back and rob some more parts off this. But unfortunately for now, even the headlight that we need is pretty messed up. We're better off just buying a brand new one, but she got a little toasty in the front. All right, guys, well, that's what we had. got some stuff moved around, got the garage cleaned up again a little bit. It's always a battle with the garage, trying to keep it stuff inside out of the weather, but also keep it workable and as clean as we can. It's always a fight, and we got a fair amount of projects going on at once. This coming week, we should have some fresh new footage and get some quality videos out, hopefully. Be able to get them all tied up and get them out to you. But we also have some jobs in the works right now, and there's a lot of behind the scenes planning and work that goes into these jobs. There are going to be a couple of neat ones. One of them you guys already know if you saw my last videos, 2 videos. It's the new Turbo GMC build. But anyway, they'll be coming out. And the Krypton Camaro here, if you do follow Instagram, you saw this post. I don't know if it was a post. I think it was a story actually. But the Krypton Camaro is obviously nice and safe in here in the garage. So I thought it's nice and clean. I had the side entry door of the garage open. A bird actually flew into the garage and decided to poop all over it. We need to get this all cleaned up. And we do have a car cover. We should throw a car cover on it. Keep that from happening. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day. And oh, and by the way, the Cadillac Escalade in the video, what we're doing with that is